Great evening tonight. And as we are starting the Summit Sync, by the way, let me introduce myself. I'm going to be the host for this evening. This next 25 minutes is going to be a lot of rapid fire stuff that's going to be happening. By the way, I've got a lot of questions that has been coming up in this last few weeks, and we have been doing this session. This is the fourth session. I repeat, this is the fourth session of Summit Sync. Summit Sync is a preamble of the event. I'm talking about the Global CXO Meet, which is happening in Bangalore on 21st and 22nd. And this is probably one of its kind where we are getting different kind of people from different different places. They're all leaders, and we'll be talking about more about this entire launch and the entire event, the summit, and what is happening. This is a preamble session of it. And if you want to know about what exactly happened and what kind of questions we had taken up, those are very serious questions, some very important questions. So just type in me, M-E, in the comment section, wherever you guys are watching in from LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you guys are there. And we will send you the link where you can go not only about watching the previous sessions recordings, but you will also get a hand note. It's a PDF with clear point-wise systems or point-wise directions of this entire meeting. So if you don't have much time, download it, keep it with yourself, and you can actually get this thing. So before we go and tell you about what is today's session, the topic tonight we are going to take is absolutely a different kind of a topic. This is a topic that has been a heartthrob for a lot of people who are into the top leaders, and these are certain questions which are usually not asked. And today we are going to reveal how is this particular event is going to be a game changer of this entire era. So without any further delay, let me welcome the man himself, who is, I'll say, the catalyst behind creating this entire thing and making this entire dream come reality to organize one of the amazing global CXO Accelerator meet, which is the summit, which is happening on 21st and 22nd. So with a big round of applause, let's welcome Dr. Mudit Saxena. Welcome, sir.
Hello, everybody, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching, whichever part of the world. And it's such a pleasure to be with all of you. And thank you, Dr. Amit. I'm right here. Let's see what we have from the audience so that we can, help clear their doubts.
Yeah. So today we are going to do a different kind of a thing. We're going to have rapid fire sessions also. You can have fire chat kind of thing. So people who are here live on Zoom or people who are actually looking at our restream structures, which is happening on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and multiple other places, you can type in. We will take these questions. I might not be promising that we can do all the questions, but we'll pick up some of the prominent questions and our team is going to filter and give it back to you. So without any further delay, let me ask you something. We are just 8 days from something. Okay, let me tell you this. Today we are going to talk about it. 8 days remaining. What can be happening? So one of the things that I would like to tell you is the price of the flight tickets are going to be increasing, and definitely that is one of the biggest things, right? So can you just mute?
You want me to mute? Okay.
Okay, no, I think there are other distractions, or I think some people. Okay, as we are going live, we have got a lot of people in the Zoom as well. So the first thing that I would like to do is we have got only 8 days. What should be the preparatory mindset of somebody, whoever is listening to this? Over to you.
Yeah. Well, the first thing I'm going to say is we don't have 8 days, simply because, we're going to be starting the online sessions from Sunday itself. So it's probably, exactly in 48 hours, the event is actually going to start online. So I'm going to tell everybody, listen, don't waste any more time. If you're sitting on the fence, don't miss these online sessions, because these are all complimentary. Yeah, every event you only go to is a live event for a day or two, right? Here, not only am I giving you 2 days of live, I'm also giving you 5 days of preparatory knowledge, right? Which is going to allow you to, so, just take action. I mean, there's nothing more I can say, and don't wait, because instead of wasting your time trying to learn on your own from, books and YouTube, if things had succeeded, you wouldn't be here on this show right now, right? So learn from those who've already got there. Right. So that's how that's what smart people do. So if you want to do that, just click on the link below and get inside the program, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah. So just continuing that. So how many of you guys know what is IC? It is one of the circuit things, which takes care of the entire electronics and all. And today we're going to talk about IC as well. I to C. What is I? So I means information, ignorance. C means courage. And that is what I think one thing that defines the top level decision makers, because they are no longer just getting into the information. You can get in a lot of things, okay, analytics you can get in softwares, but that gut feeling, that taking a decision, getting the things done, and that's how I think the entire world revolves. So coach, I think this is the first time that we are going to have this kind of a conversation straight, very, I think it's a very question, transparent question. What does it take for someone to get out of the cubicle and get onto stage?
Yeah. So here's what I'm going to tell you. It's very, very clear. Okay. Firstly, let's talk about just sitting in your cubicle. You're working extremely hard, right? But if nobody knows what you're doing and you don't have impact, then you're going to be the subject of politics. You're going to be replaced because you're not going to be there. So there's absolutely no time in this day and age to just sit around in your own cubicle. The second thing is, there are so many waves that are coming in, right? There's AI coming in, there are so many layoffs, life is becoming more uncertain. So this is not the time for those people to sit and think, and it's the time for action. Okay. Because when you take action, right, you get momentum. And that is the momentum that's going to carry you through. So my, strict or my, sincere advice for people is that just remember, even if you're right at the top of the decision-making ladder, okay, you're the CEO, there is never complete information.
Right.
So people at the top take decisions because they instinctively feel it's right and they have the experience. And that's what makes the difference between those who stay in cubicles and those who get onto the stage.
Right. Coach, in one point of time, I think you were speaking to me, off screen, and you were talking about something called as the right moment, right time, the right communication in front of the right people gives you the right directions, and that was something which was like mind blowing. And that's the day I think I realized this one word. See, most of these top level people, they always talk about ROI. Okay, but today I would like you to talk about something called a COI, cost of inaction, and I think that's what brings us to something. The word you mentioned was momentum, cost of inaction. In your words, over to you.
So, what's the cost of inaction? See, every one of you, right? Today, you're at the prime of your life. Okay. Now, you have X number of years left in a standard, normal Indian scenario. So, just take 60 and minus that from your age. That's the number of age, that's the number of years you have left of your productive life. Now, the faster you maximize it, okay, in terms of getting to a higher salary, getting promoted, a new job, etc., that is the kind of opportunity you can take. So let me explain this to you. If you're 40 today, if you get to a 1 CR salary by 41, you have 19 years to earn 1 CR. If you get there at 45, you have 15 years. So that's 15 CR. So every year, every month you delay, you are actually missing out on maximizing your potential. And that's what I call the real cost, because you don't see it. It gets very comfortable to be where you are, right? And it's the same thing that happens to that frog in that, when the water begins to boil, it feels comfortable, right? So you feel, oh, the water is warm and, I'm at the right place and, let me not take action. And then guess what? It becomes so hot that at even that time, the frog can't jump out of the boiling water. Okay. So my request to you is wherever you are, take action.
So, Coach, I think with that same connection, I have another beautiful question. So, like we have compiled a lot of questions together, and I think AI is a very prominent topic, and I think it is one of the largest keyword that has been used in so many different platforms. And this is also a word that gives a lot of hope, lot of possibilities and opportunities for a lot of decision makers and top level CEOs and CXOs and leaders. But also there is a bigger volume of people who take it as a threat. And I think that is something, even though a lot of people, they know it, they are ignorant, or might be they are knowing too much about it. I call it as information dump. So the question that I have is, will my 20 years of experience be a liability in an AI driven market? Okay,
Yeah.
I've summed up a lot of questions into one word. I hope I've justified.
So very good question. And I think this is something that's plaguing everybody. And while nobody has the perfect answer as of now, here's something that I'm going to tell you. Okay. Couple of things. We all know that AI will, so let me take it in terms of the kind of job that you do and what you should be prepared for in the future. Okay. So one is it's agreeable. Everybody agrees that any job that is repetitive, right? So report making, documents, agreements, stuff that anybody else can do, which is repetitive in nature, will definitely get taken. That's the lowest hanging fruit for AI. So if you're doing that kind of work, right, make sure you get into higher value work. That's number one in terms of skilling. Number two, what I'd like to share with everybody is that listen, wherever you are, it's not about the number of years of experience that you have. That's a very old mindset. It's how ready you are for the new world. Okay. And therefore, what I'm going to say is in whichever field you are in, please learn how AI can help you do your job better. Okay. Because you're not going to be replaced just by AI. You're going to be replaced by somebody who knows how to use AI to do the job better
Absolutely.
than you. So just two things. One is move higher up in the value chain, okay, in terms of your own skilling and the own kind of work that you do. Number two, wherever you are, whether you're in HR, whether you're in supply chain, whether you're in data, whether you're in analytics, whether whichever part you are, learn how to harness the power of AI so you can do better.
Lovely. Coach, in the last session, I think we have discussed about something very beautiful, which is about it is nothing to do with how many years of experience you have, what kind of certifications you have, or might be which all places you have been, or who are in your network. Because at one point of time, it was a different way of looking at human potential. But you I think took the discussion in a different direction where you spoke about the perspective. You talked about the perception of somebody's future potential to solve a problem or take it to the next level. So with the same connect, I have a new question, which is says urgency of presence. And it says, how does it matter right now and how this particular event is going to be a stepping stone for somebody who wants to actually see how to create that perception, how to create that image for being a kind of a future potential leader?
Absolutely. I think it's a very good question. See, please try and understand that if everybody, right, when you do a certification, that is a duplicatable skill. Okay. So I'm going to talk about three things. One is the stage of business, I mean, stage of your career. If you've been in the early age of your career and till your mid career, you got rewarded by knowing more, by being more disciplined, by, producing more. Now, that whatever has helped you get here is not going to help you get to the next level. But the
True.
problem, we don't know that. And in India, when you have a problem, you throw more resources, do some jugaad, more hours, you try and fix the problem. But you're fixing the wrong problem because until now, you got hired for hard work. But if you've come to the mid career and you want to go up, it's no longer about hard work. And it's no longer about a buzzword called smart work, right? There are a lot of others. You are promoted from the mid career on, not because of the hard work you put in the past. You are promoted for the potential you display in being able to take on, because senior leaders don't want, anybody who's risky. If you want somebody to back you up, right, then you've got to be someone who's stable, who's capable of delivering at the next level. So what happens is till now you think in your own mindset, your thermostat is of the belief that if I do a certification, I'm great. Yes, that is very good. Certifications are very good if you're in the technical field and it allow you to do your job at the mid-career level. But just having certifications is not going to get you to the next level. Now, how will you know what's going to take you to the next level? By coming and learning from people who have already got there. So we are bringing over 700 years of leadership to everybody in 7 days. Learn from these people. What helped them succeed? What helped them become a CEO? What helped them become a global leader? What helped them become a CHRO? What helped them become a GCC head? What helped them become a CEO in India? So many things to learn from so many people. And one idea can change your life. So don't miss the opportunity.
So, Coach, I have something related question which has just popped up. Somebody, is telling, okay, if I can I take the name? Mr. Sujay has been, asking me this question is, can I really transition to a global role without moving to US or UK?
Yeah. So please try and understand. Today, a lot of the GCCs in India anyway are doing global roles from here. I'm going to invite you tomorrow to come to a podcast at 11 o'clock. Okay, Mr. Nitin Srivastav, who's there, he's the global head of analytics for Dr. Martin's GCC. Hear him, listen to him. He's sitting very much in India. So there are a lot of global roles which are very much run out of India today. Okay. You don't have to be, sitting in the US or the UK at the head office. Okay. I'm not saying that every single role is here, but there are roles that are available here because it's the kind of expertise. See, please try and understand India is an intellectual capital for AI, for data, for analytics. And there are many areas where we are ahead of the world, not in terms of just technology, but in terms of skilled manpower. And that's why people come to Bangalore and Hyderabad, because that's where the manpower is. So you can definitely get roles sitting right here. And there are enough GCCs in India who, provide that.
Lovely. Coach, there is a beautiful connecting question, which is, on the same net. This is somebody by name Sujata. She has been writing it from Ahmedabad. She says, how do I move from managing projects to managing P&L in less than 12 months' time?
So, absolutely. The question is 12 months is up to you. Okay. You can do it faster, or if you don't know what to do, it'll take you later, or for God knows how many years. Now, when you're managing a P&L, right, somebody takes that responsibility and somebody gives you that opportunity because they see you that when you're managing a project, you have the ability, you demonstrate that potential that you can take on higher roles. Okay. Now, how do you do that? And that's exactly what we teach you in our senior levels. Okay. So we teach you the roadmap that's actually going to get you from being an individual contributor to a senior leader. If you're already a leader, a mid-career leader, how do you get to those higher levels? Right.
Right.
And teach that simply because nobody's taught you. Let me tell you, I did a 2-year full-time MBA, which many of you may not have done. They taught me models, they taught me theory, they taught me finance, they taught me a lot of things, but nobody teaches you how to manage your career. So
You said.
this place where we teach you how to do that, because this was my problem too when I was your age.
Okay, so there are different ways of learning. There are different ways of you getting an information. You can read a lot of books. You can go through years and years, not hours, years of programs and videos. You can sit with ChatGPT. You can do a lot of AI stuff. What are the other ways of learning? I do not know. But I think one thing that is different is the more higher people go in their designations and the responsibilities. We have a word for that, and I think what nicely been spoken about is called as the 1%. And when it gets to that 1%, I would like you to connect to these things like, how is this 2 days of, I'll say 48 hours, is going to give something which is beyond the scope of so-called the literate way of digital knowledges and the other experiences. Over to you.
So here's what I have to, let everybody know. Look, we have probably 7.5 to 8 billion people on the planet. Almost 3 billion are on social media. So are there 3 billion CXOs? They're not there, right? See, you can learn just that much from books. You can learn that much from YouTube or that much from ChatGPT. Information is not the problem today. Transformation is. You might have all the information, but do you think, behave, and act like a CXO? Do you think, behave, and act like a senior leader? Possibly not. Because first, you have to win in your own mind, right? If you haven't won in your own mind, you're not going to get ahead anywhere. That's number one. Number two, what we are trying to promise you in these 7 days is you're getting access to 700 years of leadership experience of people who are already successful there. Why do you want to waste time? It's like this. If you were, let's say in whichever city of the world you're in, would you like to study the city map and mug every single road? Or would you prefer to use a Google map and say, this is where I want to go and get there in the shortest, fastest time? If you're a sensible person, you won't mug the map up. So don't waste your time, going all over the place. Take that Google map, and the Google map of leadership is available with the leaders who are coming down from Washington, with the leaders who are CEOs in India, with the leaders who are site leaders of GCC. So, just listen to them. Spend that time, because what you do, in those 2 days, even a few nuggets can change your life. And that's what I'm going to, tell everybody. So
So I've got something to add, coach here. So there are a lot of people who had been designing maps are actually in the pocket of this entire 2 days summit. And what if you can find somebody who's an expert driver and had been driving on those roads from years together, and if this all these people who are the expert drivers of the global economy, they come under one roof, I think you get a different kind of things to learn. I mean, you might have the map, but you might not know how to read the map. You might have the tool, but you might not know how to reach out. I think you are meeting some of those people who are drivers here. So, coach, that brings me to a few last questions. So this is a question that has came to me. It says, um, I have got a few days left, and what is the one thing that I must do to secure my future with this event? That's two questions. It's a career question and the other side as well.
Touch with the team right here. Just say that you're interested, and there are very, very few seats left. Because we've just had an overwhelming response. I don't know how many of you know. Prestige is our title sponsor. Deccan Herald is a partner. They came out with a huge article. We're partnering with IEEE. We're partnering with KDEM, which is the Karnataka Digital Economy Mission. So when you have so many partnerships, word gets out fast, and we're almost full up. So, what I'm going to tell everybody is, if you haven't sort of signed in, please do that immediately. And, I'd love to see you quickly before everything runs out. And I don't want you to be disappointed.
Lovely. So with that, I think it's a time for you to let us let people remind about the day, the venue, and what's inside. Maybe you can give a little bit of a sneak peek of the people who are coming with some amazing topics they have.
Yes. First, let me tell you, we start classes online this Sunday on the 15th of February. Every night between 8 and 9, you're going to get some nuggets of information. Okay. This is on Zoom. So you could be in whichever city you are, whichever part of the world, and you can consume this information. It's only live. There are no recordings available after that unless you've signed up for a higher program. Okay. Next, the 2 days that are live are on 21st and 22nd in Bangalore at the Hotel Chancery Pavilion. Okay, that's where the event is, in Bangalore. So wherever you are, just hurry up, book your tickets. You need help with accommodation, the team will help you out. Just get there. Don't miss up. And because sometimes we take a little time and then tickets are not available. So don't make that mistake.
Okay, coach. Before we conclude this session, I have got a couple of few questions which is coming up and popping up on my screen. Mr. Anthony is asking me how to learn balance sheet, cash flow, P&L of company. Is it mandatory to learn for a CXO role?
Well, let me just tell you this, that firstly, being financially literate is responsible for, is good for you at anything, right? It could be your next role. It could be even managing your own finances. So you don't have to become a CXO to learn it, but you definitely need to be financially literate. Okay, if you have aspirations. Because at the end of the day, please try and understand that all organizations are commercial organizations. The motive is profit. So if you don't know how to manage money and you're not financially literate, right, how are you going to manage it? And forget being a CXO in a corporate. What about managing money for your own life? Right? So I would say these are essential life skills. And the faster you learn, the better it is for you as well as your company.
Yeah. So with that, I'll come to the last of the pointers. There's a difference between speed and velocity. And there is something that I would like to term in here, and that's this entire session is designed on that. It's called as the career velocity. So velocity is something which has got speed and direction together. And this is, I think, that makes something very beautiful. So, coach, I would like you to, conclude the session in your style, talking about this word called as career velocity and how to accelerate this with CEO Global Accelerator Summit.
Absolutely. And this is what I'm going to say. A lot of mid-career leaders who are there in the world, right? You've got there because you work hard. You've got there because you've got skills. You've got there. So, you've got some basic level of intelligence too, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't have reached that. But the problem now is that just putting in more effort or more speed into your career without the right direction is not going to get you to senior levels. So what you need as a mid-career leader is not just speed, but you need direction. And that is when your career speed of your career will move into career velocity. And the reason we do that is this speed that and this direction is what you're going to get at the Global CXO Accelerator Summit, because you're learning from leaders who have already got there. You're not learning from theory. You're not learning from somebody who's read a book. and is quoting and spouting knowledge. This is real life lived experience. And we also ask them, all my podcasts that you've been seeing over the last, few couple of Saturdays, many months, right? We, we even ask people what mistakes they've made. So you can learn from their mistakes, you can learn from the things they did well, and then not do the same things. And therefore, add direction to your career and you know, give your career a certain velocity so you get to the place that you were meant to be. The
No.
worst life is to end your life and your career regretting that, I could have been better.
So with that, if you could be, if you want to be better, or if you could have been looking into like the directions. So the next direction, let me tell you, this is what we do in the next, like, I mean, we have done like 25 minutes to 30 minutes of a session like this. We took up some random questions that has been popping up on our screen, and we're trying to accumulate that. And these are all real-time questions that we have. What we are going to do is we have got only one final session of that Summit Sync, and that is happening on, mark the date, it is happening on 15th February, 7 p.m. I repeat, 15th February, 7 p.m. And if you want to get all this last, so today was the fourth session. If you want to get the copy of the exact, this 30 minutes slots of, I'll say the high energy, high pump, information blast that has been happening right now, you can go to the link, just type in me, me. Okay, and we will send you the link where you can get not only the videos, but also we will give you a snippet of the PDF so that you can save time and download it, print it in your slot, and you can take it further. At any point of time, if you want to connect with any of our teams for any kind of support, but for the venue, the location, the flight, stay, or any other things, we have complete support solution designed for that. Just type in as support, and we will send you the link where you can connect with one of our teammates, and we will be able to help you out. Anyways, so with that, I want you to log in for any kind of questions. You can also write to us. You can WhatsApp us, all these things. Just type in me and we will send you the link. As I said, we are looking at more people to share those things that you want us to, take it on the next session. The next session, I repeat, it's on 15th February night, 7 p.m. Login, if you want to have the login IDs, this is the same link. Just type in me. As I said, just type in me. It's all about you. It's all about your life, profession, career, everything out there. So with that, thank you so much. I will see you in the next session along with Coach. Coach, thank you so much for being here. It was lovely speaking to you. A lot of nuggets. And namaskaram to everyone, whoever is joining from all different places. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you. And see you guys later. Or see you at the summit.